The two compulsory dances drawn at this year's World Championships are entirely different in character. This is good because it allows the judges an opportunity to see how readily the skaters can adapt from one type of expression to another. The first dance is the Starlight Waltz. It's an elegant, free-flowing waltz, typical of what you might expect to see in a Viennese ballroom. From looking at the pattern of the Starlight as it's drawn on the ice, you can see it's a dance of deep rounded edges and curves. Judges watch the depth of these curves when the dance is performed. The deeper the curves, the better. The Starlight is a dance where speed and flow should come not from obvious pushing, but from the softness of the knees. The edges should have good lean to them, both in the upper body and the skating edge. Judges watch that the three turns around the end of the ice are controlled without tugging or pulling between the partners. Note the double leg lift here to accent the music. In this section, watch for the footwork to be tidy and the free legs to be matching. Lilt and lean to the edges are still important. The knees should remain soft and the flow of the dance maintained as the couple prepares to restart. By contrast, this couple's dance appears more labored than light and free-flowing. The edges are shallower and the lean is much less. Expression is absent on the three turns, and the double leg lift is omitted here. The Starlight is a wonderful dance when done well. It has an air of freedom to it and a light-hearted elegance that can be captivating. The best ones will have quiet footwork, soft, deep knees and edges, and a lilt and lean to it that will enhance its already inherent charm.
Shae-Lynn Bourne Viktor.
Well, Gene, a couple who has those qualities and loads of charm. The two-time Canadian champion, Shae-Lynn Bourne and Viktor Kraatz. They were 14th at their first World Championships in Prague last year. We mentioned their breakthrough into the top 10 at the Olympics, and this will be a real gauge of how much further they can move up here.
Well, we talk a lot about the impression that they have made, and it was interesting during the warm-up with 6 teams on the ice. I looked over at the judging panel. Every member of the judging panel was watching this team.
Well, they've certainly made their mark, because last year in their very first dance, they had marks ranging from a 10th place ranking to a 20th place ranking. So at least the judges panel now really know who this team is.
This is a very solid dance for them. As Gene mentioned, the deep edges and the rounded curves are very important, and that is where this team excels, in the knees and the deep edges.
Well, as you mentioned, Barb, I think a dance that in the luck of the draw was tailor-made for their style of skating.
Well, the Canadian fans liked it, and
as we see on the replay through this three-turn section, as they turn around each other, it's important to keep the distance between the two skaters to a minimum and make all of these transitions smooth.
They have a great extension in the legs there.
one of the magic moments at the Olympic Games when Robbie Thompson, one of the coaches of Torvill and Dean, went over to them after their blues compulsory dance and said, "You should have been number one." Well, let's see what number they are here. 4 9s and 5s for Bourne and Kraatz, and they remain behind the two couples they finished behind at the Olympic Games so far. So far they seem to be in the same spot as the Olympic Games.